Hello and welcome to Zerift's thoughts of the Monster Slayer. Of the Monster Slayer. Uh, Now I got a lot of questions about these subclasses, the Ranger ones. And I mean by multiple, but yeah, but and the answer to your question, does it feel like a Ranger subclass? It feels a lot like the Hunter subclass, to be honest. Like your first ability is stack ability, and then you have some fancy other ability, and then you have a special attack ability. So, yeah, it feels a lot like Hunter, to be honest. I wouldn't compare it to Beastmaster per se, I think, but then again, I've never played Beastmaster. Just never was a fan of the small pet. Let's see. Nope, definitely not Beastmaster. So it's and they feel like a variation of the Hunter class, to be honest. Uh, role role playing wise, and and mechanically wise. Uh, Hold on a second. I had to get my coffee. Sorry about that. Um, it's pretty late, so I'm trying to wrap this up so I have everything ready for it to be on time. Yeah. 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 So what can I say about the Monster Slayer? Of all the Ranger classes, it's probably one of my two most favorites of the Ranger classes. Not to say I don't like the others. It's just I like them, but I have at the same time some mixed feelings about them. How does it, and I think the other two questions was how does it function mechanically and how would it affect a party? Like, imagine this one would is probably closest to Hunter. Well, it's a monster slayer. You're technically sort of a monster hunter of sorts. You hunt vampires, you hunt werewolves, you hunt dragons. So, yeah, it's a fun class. Prospect. Actually, they're all interesting prospects, but some more interesting than others. Uh, you have the ability to discern people's weaknesses and so forth. So it has like really useful abilities. So and you get spells like protection, good and evil, zone of truth, magic circle, management, and whole monster. Uh, you you get you get resistances to effects by certain monsters. You can counterattack them and so forth. So it's probably, in my opinion, one of the better of the three. It's I would, yeah, I would go that far. I would argue it's the best of the three new subclasses, in my opinion, because these are my thoughts, not your guys' thoughts, but yeah. But so I imagine it would be very useful in a party because you can discern things, counteract, and so forth. But does it feel like a ranger? It feels. Let me put it this way: it feels like a hunter. And if that's how you perceive a ranger, then yeah, I guess they get a good job of that. But it's It somewhat feels like a ranger to me, role playing wise, but it feels more like a hunter than ranger, if that makes sense. Because it doesn't seem someone who belongs in the wilderness. It just feels like this one just feels more like just a hunter, a plain serious hunter. That's why it's called Monster Slayer. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't see this having any problem in the group. And, be honest, I would love to run a Curse of Strahd campaign with one of these guys or so forth, and just have, just a themed group of that deals with the undead and so forth, and just have this part of it. Sounds like a fun time. Someone who actually enters purposely in the mist. But enough of that. Let's see what else I can say about it. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Of all the classes, the subclasses, it's pretty straightforward. What it is, what it does. It's the it's definitely skill base wise, yeah, mechanically wise, it's probably the best of the three, but role playing wise, I guess you can make it work. It feels more like a horror themed character class, if you ask me. Role playing wise, like something you like a vampire hunter or werewolf hunter. So, but I have a hard time seeing this as a dragon hunter, in a sense. So, that's just my opinion. So that's those are my thoughts on the Monster Slayer. And since I couldn't do both of them, I had to choose one. I will next week be doing the Horizon Walker, the other Ranger subclass, and the Gloomstalker the week after that. So this is Zerift Gaming signing off.